One way to think about questions is that you're giving a prompt to your subconscious, because generally speaking, when you get an answer back from a question, it just kind of pops into your mind what the answer is. And so if you think about your like subconscious mind as sort of a database, questions are the way you query that database. And it's
I
sort of
like
like
that.
if you're, if you're learning to use Google well, you have to learn how do you make the right search queries, right? And similarly, to use your mind well, you have to learn to make the right search query. So that's kind of a reframe of questions are the theory of how to search your own mind for answers. Um,
Yeah, let me ask you a
so
question
yeah,
on there. I'm going to be jumping around. I
sure,
want to go
yeah,
deeper, but it made me think about this. I've been going pretty deep on parts work. There's all these different disciplines like internal family systems,
hmm
uh, voice dialoguing, optimal conflict. There's probably like I've listed about 10 things where you ask yourself different. You're not just asking yourself a general question to your general subconscious. You are asking a specific part of yourself a question. Or sometimes Mark Andreessen has this idea of like he has avatars of people, such as like Peter Thiel on his shoulder. When he's solving a problem, he asks the question. How do you think about that when you're doing a question? Do you just do it to the general subconscious or to a part of your mind that
yeah, great. That's a good question. I don't take those parts too literally. I think they're useful metaphors, or put into the framework that we've been talking about, search queries. They're metadata on the search query. It's like you're giving
hmm,
yourself a question in the style, and give me the answer in the style of Peter Thiel, right? Uh,
interesting?
or you're asking yourself a question, but respond from the point of view of the child in myself that is scared and was hurt or whatever. So I think that's it's basically metadata that changes the way we respond. But I don't think that those parts are literal. I think that they're just ways of altering the way that we get a response.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because it could give us very different answers. It's not just in a
Absolutely.
different style. It's fundamentally, it could even be opposing answers.
Right, right. Well, you essentially, what I think is going on there is you're getting your mind to simulate something. So that you're in your mind to simulate Peter Thiel. So you have like a little mental model of Peter Thiel. It's obviously much less complex than the actual Peter Thiel. And you're like, okay, brain, do a Peter Thiel simulation and then give me the answer to this question. Or, simulate the part of myself that like tends to get social anxiety, and like get into that little simulation before you respond. So,
Hmm.
I mean, and it's, obviously there's a lot of mystery to what the brain is actually doing, but I don't take it too literally that like there's actually this childlike part or this inside you.